I actually got caught with a firearm in school. I went to Westinghouse, and during that time there was a lot of gang violence and things of that sort. After that, I couldn't go to another school. Once I got out of the Issachar house, I tried to go to Penn Hills. They wouldn't accept me because I got kicked out of Pittsburgh public schools. When I came to Imani, the first thing that struck me was basically the love that I got, that I received from everyone, people I didn't even know. My first year at Imani was basically paid off by a stranger that I never met in my life. Like, the love that I felt was instant. My change was gradual because from what I was coming from to the environment that I was in, I wasn't worried about having to fight. It was just, I could just come to school and learn. It was definitely a great thing that I went here, especially because of the schooling, because it basically like raised the bar. Because in public schools, public schools ain't bad, but public schools, say if you got to be in a public school, it would be a C at Imani. So it's basically like you have to work extra hard to make sure that you keep those same grades that you had there when you were in public schools. And then when I was here, before we went to college, we actually went to a prep class. So that when we went to college, we were prepared. We won't just go in there like, oh, what is going on? So they prepared us in every step of the way from when we leave. So when I went to college, it was like nothing. I still got good grades, made the dean's list and everything. So the education here is very good. I know that there's a different way of life now. Some people were in my neighborhood where I grew up in Homewood, some of them think that being in a gang and hustling and doing things that are illegal is the only way that it could be because that's all they see. But if they actually got out of that environment just for a day, 2 days, they would understand that there's way more to life than just being in a gang or hustling or anything of that sort. Imani had such an impact on me that when it was time for my son to start going to school and everything, the only place I can think of sending him was here, like to Imani. So right now he's in, he started in daycare, and next year he'll be in preschool. And he actually loves it. Like, my son wakes me up in the morning like, Dad, it's time to go to school. And I'm like, oh. He loves it. He gets his book, he gets his clothes ready at night, he makes sure his book bag's packed with everything when he really doesn't need it. But he loves it. And it's crazy how you see certain things for yourself, but then when you have a child, and like when I'm having a rough day, my son will just come over to me and rub me on my back and say, Daddy, you should just pray. They tell me in school that it makes everything better. For him to say stuff like that to me, it just reassures me that this is a great place to be. When your 4-year-old son could tell you, just pray on it. At school, they tell me it makes everything better. To me, it gets no better than that. It really doesn't. It makes me proud to be a father, that I can send my son somewhere to where he doesn't have to even come close to what I had to deal with when I was a child. Imani really does make a difference.